Mr. Speaker. Now what the Conservatives are doing, they're calling the integrity into question of one of the top accounting firms in this country, Mr. Speaker. We will fight for Canadians, we will fight for climate change, and we'll restore governance in that institution.
On this side of the House, what we're doing is fighting Liberal corruption. We're going to keep doing that, even though this minister and his chief of staff, though they say it didn't happen, were briefed on what was going on at SCTC, but it was done orally so that they wouldn't be subject to ATIP rules. It's $150 missing million given outside the funding agreement, and we have 2 Liberal-appointed board members who are under investigation by the Ethics Commissioner. We have an Auditor General investigation, and we have whistleblowers blowing the lid off this thing that shows that this minister and that Prime Minister don't have the courage to fight for Canadian tax dollars. Where are the missing millions? Who got rich?
On this side of the House, we will fight for Canadians every day, Mr. Speaker. Let's be very clear. What you're saying again, and for Canadians which are watching at home, don't be fooled. You're seeing conservative ideology to fight against anyone, any institution, even those they voted for in 2001, Mr. Speaker, to create in this House an institution that would fight for climate change, Mr. Speaker. We suspended the funding of the organization. We called for an investigation. The leadership has resigned. We'll get to the bottom of this, Mr. Speaker.
Well, it's just not good enough that they won't deal with Liberal corruption at the Green Liberal Slush Fund. In fact, the minister took 35 months under his watch to suspend the Green Slush Fund when his own officials were in the meeting. And the whistleblower testified last night that the chair of the Green Slush Fund tried to get $2.2 million from the fund into her own vanity project, the Annette Basharian Centre, a direct conflict of interest. Since industry officials were in the meeting, why did the minister not fire this Liberal corrupt director the minute that happened?
We will take no lessons from the Conservative, Mr. Speaker. Just last week, Canadians have seen they have voted against CSIS, Mr. Speaker. They have voted against funding for affordable child care in this country, Mr. Speaker. They voted to cut Canadian dental care program, Mr. Speaker. On this side of the House, we'll stand for Canadians.